what? We are back. Our second show on the
Brown
and Jones
Shield Show.
Oh, wait. You got to say that again. It's the
Brown
and Jones
Shield Show.
Yay. Welcome to all of our virtual viewers. Welcome to the Shield Show. Why did we name it the Shield Show? We went over that last night why we named this the Shield Show. Because of
Legal Shield
Legal
and ID Shield.
Oh, Legal Shield and ID Shield. Did y'all get that? Legal Shield and ID Shield, which is what we are covering today.
Absolutely.
Mr. B, it is a beautiful day in the beautiful ATL. We are downtown outside. You can see how gorgeous it is out here. Yay! And it's so cool to know that we are covered and we are shielded. And that's what it's about, being shielded. Yeah. We're going to find us an intro song that has a shield. Shield. Yeah, we're going to have us a little rap song, something called a shield.
We're going to make something happen. I have some rappers. My sons, they making it happen. So we're going to have a lot of fun. But we definitely appreciate our listeners for listening in and zooming in and watching us from all over the country, wherever you are. And we appreciate you. So we have an incredible featured guest today. Young gentleman absolutely here in the ATL market, Mr. Martavius Hillman. He is a $100,000 income earner with the company in his part-time. And just had another son. What? So he's the dad of two young, handsome sons right now. And when I tell you he's made his mark on the nation with the Shield. And so proud of him. And so we're going to definitely hear from him here shortly.
Okay.
But we just wanted to just have you all be tuned in on Wednesdays.
Yes.
We moved our hour. We were a little bit 6-ish last week and a little bit 7-ish, getting in that traffic here in the A sometimes can turn you topsy-turvy.
Upside down.
But we know the Shield. We still protected.
We know if anything happened on the highways and byways, we going to call the 24/7 ACE.
Hey, attorney changes everything.
Attorney changes everything. We would have gonna be calling the ACE if we'd have had anything happen to us on the spot. But you know what? I want people to know something, Mr. B. If we go through this and they listen to the show, I hope some people are tuning in to understand you could win you some free tickets. So listen to the show to win your tickets, because we're going to ask you some stuff about our wonderful guest, because he's already making $100,000, right?
$100,000. That's his second ring.
The second ring?
Because in the Shield we have 12 rings.
Okay.
Starts at $50,000 to $100,000 to $150,000. 200, 300, 400, up to $1 million.
What?
And I have the opportunity of wearing two of them.
You're wearing two rings for the million?
We circumvented over one because they didn't have the 50 when I got my first 100. So I've earned 3, but I've only gotten 2. But Mr. Hillman has 2 now, and definitely probably working on his 3rd, if not real close.
Okay.
And so we're excited. So we'll be sharing with you here stories of our 24/7 Shield, to definitely what's all going on across the country,
right?
With police brutality and the social injustices,
right?
But we also wanted to add, after last week, we want to throw in some additional stories.
Okay.
Along with the Shield.
Okay.
And also for the business owners that are listening in, we want to let them know that we have something for them.
The business owners.
The business
all
owners.
All kind of businesses.
All types of businesses, because most small businesses fail within their first 5 years.
Yeah.
But the beautiful thing about our program is that we can shield them from all the unwarranted issues and things that they face in the small business arena. And it's national, because a lot of times people say they have lawyer friends, family members, maybe married to one. But what we do, we complement whatever accent that small business owners might have or families might have, just the same. And so that's what the education process that we want to do here on the Brown and Jones Shield Show. We want to educate the people. So what we want to do is roll out to your family our second guest of the Brown and Jones Shield Show, a young phenom. He's like a little brother to me. I've watched him absolutely explode and grow in the model. He was manning and running our Young Pros division in the company as a senior network vice president. So we'll turn over to you, family. $100,000 ring earner, young phenom in the world of the Shield, Mr. Martavius Tillman. Over to you, sir.
Welcome.
We'll definitely welcome you to the show. And if you don't mind sharing with the people here, sir, your background, you and your lovely wife and your children, and then share with us a story or two on what the Shield has done for you. One from a perspective of the 24/7, because we know you have a phenomenal story or two, and then other stories that you can feel will be compelling or would resonate with our listeners in as well, and then even touch on what the opportunity have done for your family on a part-time basis as well, sir. Floor over to you.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Yes, sir, man. I am excited to be here. I tell you, every time, it's just the energy, it's contagious. And then you got a co-host right along with you that bring the same energy. So I'm excited about the Brown and Jones Shield show. I'm telling you, I will be tuning in.
Yes.
I can tell you that much, right? I will be sharing this because it's absolutely, it's information that needs to be shared. It baffles me. I'm 31 years old. It baffles me that it's been 31 years since something like this with the energy plus the information, right? Sometimes we get the energy and it lacks information, or sometimes we get the information and it lacks the energy. So you're never able to really captivate an audience. But when you got the energy and the information, if you're not watching the Brown and Jones Shield show, what are you watching? That's my question, right? So, hey, family, my name is Martavius Tillman out here out of the Atlanta, Georgia area. I am so excited to be here. Just a little bit about myself, a beautiful queen. I've been in the alcohol industry now for about almost 10 years. That simply means I sell alcoholic beverages for a living legally, right? I work for some Fortune 500 companies, some startup companies. I've opened up new states. I ran regions, multiple states at one time. All of this with no college degree. So guess what, Mr. Brown? I was getting paid $50,000, $60,000 less than some of my coworkers that did have that sheet of paper, but I was doing just as much or even more work in production than they were. But it was okay because some of my friends and colleagues, or some of my friends that did go to school and get the degree, they wasn't making as much as I was. And that was the mentality that I was in at the time was, hey, I'm not as bad as they are because they got debt and making a little money, right? I don't have debt and I'm making, some good money. But 3 years ago, my beautiful wife and I found ourselves having our first child, and that's when I realized something had to change, right? Something had to give, and what I meant by that is I couldn't continue to spend my time away from the household, knowing that I was welcoming a new child into this world. And I didn't want my story being that I was raising my child through Facebook, FaceTime, and Instagram with the rest of the world. So started looking for something different, right? And I'm so glad I did because I came across the Shield and it allowed me to come home full time when the pandemic hit. But it also allowed me to take a step back in my career and, take a $25,000 pay cut at the time to be home, make sure I was home every day, right? But what this opportunity means the most to me is the access. Because I'll never forget, it was Thanksgiving night 2019, and my wife was pregnant. She was at home, wasn't feeling good. We go to Aunt house every year for Thanksgiving. I cook for Christmas, she cooked for Thanksgiving, right? But she couldn't go. I say I cook, my mama really cook it, don't be me. I just, it'd be at my house. Anyway, so, right? But, went to my aunt's house, picked up a plate. I'm heading back to my wife, and I see the officer sitting off to the right hand side, so I'm doing everything right. I'm 10-2, no phone in hand. My seatbelt was on. I even stopped at the yellow light, Mr. Brown. Normally in Georgia that means go faster, right? But I stopped that tonight. But when I passed that officer, his blue light still came on in my rearview mirror. I'm gonna be honest. For the first time in my life, I didn't panic. Whenever I saw blue lights in my rearview mirror, I used to panic. But the first time I didn't. I simply pulled out my phone, I tapped this app, and I pressed a little red button. I was connected to an attorney that said, "Mr. Hillman, are you being arrested, detained, or questioned?" I said, "I don't know what I'm being, but I'm being pulled over. I didn't break the law. It'll make me feel better if you just stayed on the line with me." He said, "Absolutely. Let the officer know that I'm listening in." So when the officer finally got to my window, I hope you caught that, right? I was on the phone with my attorney before the officer even got to my window. But when he finally got to my window and asked for my license, I handed it to him because I believe, hey, you do what they ask. My mom and dad raised me, hey, you just live to fight tomorrow, right? So I handed him my license, but at the same time, I told him that my attorney was on the line. The attorney spoke up, introduced himself, and said, "Officer, why did you pull my client over this evening?" The officer said, "Well, as you know, sir, during holidays, that's when we have the most drinking and driving."
Uh-oh, we lost
He
him.
felt the signal when he switched lanes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Go
we
ahead,
can
we
hear
can hear
you.
you.
Missing the picture.
Okay, there you
go.
are.
Okay. The officer asked, was he speeding at the time of the stop? The attorney asked, was he speeding at the time of the stop? The officer, so he said, the attorney said, well, was he swerving? Did he fail the signal when he switched lanes? The officer said he did not. The attorney said, well, do you guys have up a roadblock for the stop? The officer said, no, we don't. He said, well, you just told me you have no probable cause for the stop. So I want to ask you again before you run his license, and I asked for your badge number. Why did you pull my client over this evening? That officer handed me back my license, tapped my hood twice, told me I was free to go.
What?
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. What do you think would have happened to you if you didn't have that 24 card for your attorney? What would have happened to you?
That's the thing. I always think about if I would have asked the same question. See, so I've heard people say, well, I know the questions that I can ask. I know my rights.
Right.
Can you imagine if I would have asked that officer the exact same 3 questions in the exact same tone, with the exact same officer, how that situation would have possibly went different? So I'm going to be honest, 3 years ago, when I heard this portion of our services, I stopped because I was blessed to be doing a one-on-one sit down.
Right.
Where we had to pause because now I had to ask myself, do I want to continue to pray that my family don't end up in a situation like this? Or now I can be proactive and I can teach them what to do in a situation like this.
Exactly.
See, here's the thing, Miss Jones. Here's the thing. When we get pulled over, the first thing we do is grab our phone anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You can record all you want to. I'd rather live than record.
Amen.
So I need to get on the phone with an attorney that know how to ask the right questions, that know
Right.
how, that is trained to say the OCGA, the official code of Georgia, right? I don't know these things. I didn't graduate college. I barely went, right? So I mean, it was that moment 3 years ago, this portion of our services where I said, I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not the marching type. I'm lazy. You're not gonna catch me out in the heat marching. I'll reshare every post. I'll say everything on my social media, but I'm not getting outside. But I'm gonna tell you, Miss Jones, Mr. Brown, it ticks me off sometimes how reactive my community is. We don't need to go march. We need to learn how to teach our community to be here tomorrow. I'd rather you be here tomorrow than me to go down and march down Capitol Street in Atlanta, Georgia. And that's what this service means to me. That one portion. See, and that's just one. I mean, let's talk about when my wife was pregnant and my apartment had mold in it, and they couldn't move me to another apartment because they said they didn't have nothing available.
Oh boy!
And I called Legal Shield, and they sent the letter to their home office up in Cleveland.
Right.
And I was in a new apartment in 3 days.
What?
They paid for the moving and everything.
Yeah.
Let's talk about when my wife was pregnant and we switched doctors and the doctor's office didn't want to release her medical records to the new doctor. All I had to do was call Legal Shield. We got on a 3-way phone call with the doctor's office. He told them what codes they was violating, and the records were shared the same day.
Wow.
Let's talk about when COVID hit and all my travel got canceled and everybody wanted to give me credits. I didn't want credits. I called Legal Shield. I got a full refund. Plus, I got status with some of these places.
What? I know that's right. Awesome.
So you telling us, Mr. Hillman, not only did you have the opportunity with the 24/7 Shield, and folks, y'all excuse me a second. Let me show you the back of my shirt. My shirt says.
What that shirt
My
say?
shirt says tap the app.
Tap that.
Well, it don't say ASS. It says APP. Woo!
So we have the Shield on the
Yeah.
front of my shirt.
Wow.
And we have Tap the app on the back of my shirt. So you saying, sir, that not only with this 24/7 Shield card, that now we have the capability to tap that app.
Tap that app.
And so we have the opportunity to have your lawyer on the phone. So you're saying that it saved your life that night. We're not saying that your life was in jeopardy, but we do know that was an area where, as they're saying, that high trafficking and police activity was going on, or criminal activity, that he tapped the top of your car right quick and told you to have a nice day. You're saying that you were able to also get out of a lease
Wow.
from reaching out to the firm and having the lawyer
Wow.
write a letter on your behalf, sir. Is that what us and our listeners are hearing and watchers are hearing from you today?
So can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
With all the
I'll tell you.
services, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
With all the services that you just listed that
Yes, ma'am.
happened to you with just tapping that app and being a member of Legal Shield, did it cost you any more than your Legal Shield membership fee?
No.
No.
I'll be honest. In 3 years, as many times as I've used it, I haven't paid anything out of pocket outside my membership fee every month.
Wow. Look at that.
And that's a powerful
Yeah.
testimony,
that
Mr. Hillman,
is.
because so many people are under misconceptions.
That's right.
That not only do they pay their monthly membership, but they
Right.
say that this membership doesn't cover much, and you have to end up paying a retainer here, a retainer there. So you're saying in the last 3 years,
Nothing.
with the stories you've just shared with our viewers and listeners, that you haven't paid a dime outside of your monthly services?
Wow. That's what
What you
I'm
say,
talking
Ms.
about.
Jones?
Whoa.
That is
That's
absolutely amazing.
That is amazing.
And we appreciate you so for that,
So,
sir.
boy, I'm
And
telling
with
you.
the Legal and ID Shield combo plan that I know the majority of you all move when you share this membership, what would you say to a person from a financial perspective? Because I know the Shield is looking for franchisees, if you will, to be able to partake with the model, and we know that Lyft, Uber, Grubhub, and DoorDash are providing opportunity for people to earn part-time income. But what would you say to our viewers and listeners in embracing this as a part-time model, like you and your queen have done, being able to have a son and then a brand new one as well? What would you say to those viewers on how this is done for you financially, and that they can take on this with the model for a few hours or so a week? How would you share that story for people?
Yeah, I mean, that's powerful, Mr. Brown, because you're right. I applaud anyone that's doing Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, whatever you're doing. If you're creating a second stream of income, I applaud you. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
Because you at least understand that one income is like no income, because it can be gone tomorrow. So you're taking control of your own financial situations. I applaud you. I applaud you. I applaud you. Now, I have to teach you. Because, Miss Brown, you said it. At one point, I was over the Young Pros division here with the Shield, so I had to teach. Sometimes I understand you're now controlling your own finances, but you're not, because when you leave your job stops paying you. When you don't turn on that Uber app, that DoorDash app, that Grubhub app,
Right.
they don't pay you,
That's right.
right? So at some point, you have to do something that even when you're not working, you're still getting paid.
I know that's right. Woo! Still got that check rolling in.
So I'm gonna get to the answer, Mr. Brown. I promise you, I'm gonna get to the
Take
answer.
your time.
I
Set the
think it's-
foundation, sir.
because we talk about this multiple streams of income. So I would never down anything that you do that creates an additional stream of income.
Right.
I don't care what it is, Airbnb,
Right.
Uber, dog walking, tutoring. Let's go make the money.
Right.
But at some point, we always talk about generational wealth. Guess
Talk
what?
on
When I
that.
worked at these Fortune 500 companies, when I leave the face of this earth, they're not even going to pay my kids my life insurance policy because when I left them, they canceled my life insurance policy. Yet alone paying them the salary I was getting paid. But when you build a business that has true residual income,
That's
and
right.
what I mean by true residual income is not
Yeah.
someone rebuying a product, because understand this, with a product base, and I don't down any additional streams of income, but with a product base, if I'm selling you deodorant, at some point you're going to say, I don't want to wait on the deodorant to be shipped to me, so I'm going to go ahead and go to Walmart.
Right.
You can't find attorneys in at aisle 9 in Walmart.
But you can with the
find
shoes.
attorneys on Amazon.
You say you
You
can't
can't
order one on
find
Amazon?
You can't order it. It won't be there. It was
Man.
not coming in 2 days. I don't care if you do got Amazon Prime. You're going to order a law book.
You
not
say
a lawyer.
a law
Right.
book, but not the shield. You won't get the attorney.
Right.
You say you won't get that legal muscle.
You need the
So
shield.
to answer your question, what this opportunity has done for me, I'll tell you this. When I was 16 years old, I made a goal to make 6 figures by the time I was 30.
Wow.
By the time I was 24 years old, I gave up on that dream because everyone kept telling me I had to go to school, get a degree, to get this extra $30,000, $40,000 pay raise. But it didn't make sense to me to go get a
Right.
$40,000 debt to get a $40,000 pay raise. The money wasn't, what the kids say, the math ain't
Balancing.
math.
Right.
You know, so at the age of 28, I found this opportunity. Still working a full-time job, still covering 10 states, still getting paid less than my counterparts. But by the age of 30, I was already earning 6 figures.
Wow.
At 30.
At 30 years old.
At 30.
With no boss.
With no degree, no experience, no team, like nothing already built. No, from the ground up. In 2 years, I hit 6 figures.
Wow. 24 months.
Now at the age of 30, I'm sorry.
24 months.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
6 figures.
Wow.
Took me 16 months to make 50,000. 8 months after that, I hit 100,000. Hasn't been that bad since.
So has the money motivated you?
It's a lot of things that motivate me,
Amen.
right? And money ain't one.
Yeah.
It's not the money. So I'm one of those personalities that, one, I want to lead by example.
Okay.
I don't want to tell you to do something that I haven't done.
Amen.
So I couldn't tell you that you can make 6 figures here if I didn't make it.
Right.
So now that I've made it, no college degree, no background, none of that, I can come and tell you, you can make 6 figures here. There's no reason why you can't. I did it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I can say that. Second, I just like to shut up the haters.
Wow.
My wife would say that's the most important one.
Yeah.
My boss at Coca-Cola, and I'm putting it out there, I don't care who see it. My boss at Coca-Cola 7 years ago told me you'll never be more than what you are today because you don't have a college degree. I quit that day. I didn't have a job to go to. I quit.
Wow.
So you didn't
So-
let the limitation of your boss restrain you to not having the lifestyle that you have today because of incredible mentors and incredible system that we have here. And I definitely appreciate you, sir. And I can strongly say to our watchers and listeners, I've watched this man when he joined our family. I've seen his work ethic. And for those of you that are at the employee benefit space, that's an additional portion that he's also earned a significant income and lifestyle from, because we do have the opportunity to go to companies. Right now, we're one of the hottest benefit packages, Ms. Jones, on the planet right now.
We haven't talked about the benefits of the entitlements that you got. There's a whole list of things that you get when you are a member of Legal Shield.
A list of things. Not only do you get the incredible ID Shield and Legal Shield to protect your rights, empowerment, and identity.
Right.
We also have discount perks as well.
Oh, yeah, I know. I use them
where,
all the time.
You can save on things that you're going to spend anyway. So what that says to our listeners and our watchers is that not only are you think in your mind you're getting a bill, you're actually getting an opportunity where you can discount your cell phone movie tickets that we're back at the movies now, and grocery retail. And I know that Mr. Edwards, one of Mr. Hillman's mentors, his personal coach, saved a ton of money buying a friend's wedding. He was doing a wedding, and they went to Best Buy, not Best Buy, but Men's Warehouse.
Okay, yeah.
Because at the time we were getting 50% off at Men's Warehouse, and then you have the opportunity to where you can on normal things. I know my wife and I saved over $3,500 this year.
Wow.
In our discount perks, and over $2,500 last year.
Yeah.
So that way supersedes the monthly membership that we're paying.
Oh, yeah.
So for those of you that are hearing us today, that you'll save a ton of money just on the normal things you spend every day anyway. We saved $65 buying my son a battery for his Lexus. You know, and cell phones that we all have.
Right,
you know, we're saving
well, now you
money.
ain't got no iPhone, though.
Well, one thing I know, my listener and I both are Android soldiers. And we don't have an iPhone. We have a MyPhone.
Aye. I'm just saying.
But we're excited, and so I just want to give you my number. For those of you that are listening in, it's 323-359-4429. 323-359-4429 is my direct cell. And my wife and I, we are the network vice presidents here for the state of Georgia.
Yeah.
And Mr. Hillman is here. And I believe we do have a number that folks can call in on.
Yeah, the number that you call.
If they have questions or things of that nature for either us, or Ms. Jones, or even our listeners, for even our guests that are tuned in. If you have a question for Mr. Hillman, definitely at 31 years young, if you have young children, nieces, nephews, grandchildren, we have the opportunity to where you can call in and ask questions for us. We'll be making that available for you every Wednesday as well.
Most definitely so.
Now, do we happen to have that number available, Ms. Jones?
We do. The phone number is 470-678, I think 0933.
0993, I believe, if I remember.
I said 0933. Just 46. It's on the screen.
On the screen. Thank God for the screen.
Oh, boy. I'm glad y'all can see that. So those call in, and if you got some questions for Mr. Tillman, just call in and we will answer your questions. But I'm going to tell you, we were talking about the benefits, and I've used some benefits, and I use them all the time because I'm a playwright. And we always have to have copies of scripts for everybody. You know, we have like 20 cast members, and we got to have 50 pages per cast member for a script. Now, everybody else, they might have to pay about $100 or more for their copies. When I get up there, guess how much I'm paying? Like $20 for over per person. You know how many pages that is?
Yes.
50 pages for 20 people each. That's a whole lot of copying.
That's a whole lot of copying.
It is. And everybody else at the Office Depot, they paying big dollars. That bill was like, I was like, ooh, that regular bill says about $90. Ooh-wee. Not for Killian. Not for me.
By the Office Depot.
I flash out my little Legal Shield membership number, and I say, give me my discount. You know what's up. When I go shopping for my husband, I go to Men's Warehouse, and I say, can I have my membership discount? Don't play. I know I got a discount, boo. I ain't trying to pay all that high numbers. There's so many bennies. Oh, my goodness. I enjoy them for real.
And that's the greatest thing that we love, and we appreciate Mr. Hillman so. And we don't know how long he have to hang with us here today, family, but we will be available every Wednesday.
Yes, yes.
To be able to share with you what we do, and hopefully we'll be sharing massaging the soil for all of you watching, listening in, so you can get some preconceived notions out of the way on this membership. Because I tell my customers, Ms. Jones, that if the law firm hang the phone up in my face every other time I call, the 50% of the time that this membership work is absolutely amazing when you're talking value.
Most definitely.
Because we know quality attorneys charge $300, $400, $500 an hour.
Oh yeah.
And our customers are paying to the tunes of $2 a day.
Yeah.
To have an incredible combo plan to protect them and their family.
Right.
And then the opportunity to take a 31-year-old young man who didn't even go to college.
Right.
He said he snuck around the campus a few times.
You know what, Mr. Hillman, don't go anywhere. I got a couple questions for you. We're going to take a little 5-minute break, and we're going to be back with you. I got some questions, because you know what? If you get some of them right, I might give you a free ticket. We'll be right back with the Brown and Jones
Shields
Show. We are back with
We're
the
back.
Jones Shields Show. That is so hilarious. He is such a comedian. Oh my God. He is the best co-host I could ever imagine being with. He will keep you laughing because he laughs at his own jokes. But anyway, Mr. Hillman, you have been an amazing guest, and you are such a cool guy. I would like for you to tell me at least 5 benefits. You got to give me 5 benefits of things that you receive being a Shield member.
Being a who? Oh, okay.
Yeah, 5 things. And if you don't give me 5, you ain't going to get no ticket. I just want you to know that, Buttero.
5 benefits. Not 5 features, 5 benefits.
5 benefits.
Okay. 1.
Okay.
I sleep easier at night.
You what?
I
You
sleep easier at
you
night
sleep easier at night because of why?
because I know my identity is being fully monitored and protected, and if something does come up, I don't have to
Okay.
worry about the fight. My
Okay,
private
your
investigator
identity
will
is
do that.
covered and you don't have to worry about anybody taking nothing from you.
You sleep well at
You
night.
sleep
Awesome.
well at night. That's amazing. Great, great, Benny.
Yeah.
Give me another one.
Number two,
Yes,
I
sir.
can drive fast and don't care.
What?
I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I'm serious, but I'm playing. No, like whenever I'm driving and I feel, I look down, I'm like, oh man, I'm going a little bit over the speed limit. It automatically comes to my mind like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
good. If I do get a ticket, I'll send it over
Right.
to the law firm. They go to court on my behalf. Not encouraging bad driving or
Correct.
fast driving or reckless driving. Not encouraging that at all. But sometimes it happens. Like
Right.
a lot of times I'm driving late night, early morning. No one is on the road. It's just me. Sometimes I look down. My car is at 92 miles per hour. It's not because I did it. The car did that. I
Right.
can't run that fast.
It's the automobile.
Right. It's the
Right,
automobile.
right. It's the car's fault. But what's so cool is that when you might break a little bit of law or something, you are covered. You are shielded because you got a 24/7 attorney. The ace.
Yes.
Yeah, that's too cool.
Number three.
Number 3.
Number three. I'm confident when I sign something.
Ah.
Very confident when I sign something because before I sign it, I can send it over to my law firm. They can review the document or the contract, let me know if it's in my best interest to sign or not.
So
So
anytime that or anytime before you sign anything, you have an attorney that's reviewing all of your paperwork to make sure that it is on point before you make a mistake or to prevent it from happening. It's been reviewed by an attorney who's okayed it, and they'll even tell you what needs to be added to it or taken out of it if it's incorrect. Correct?
Correct.
That's so powerful, and let's chew on that one.
Yeah.
Because my co-host family, very very entrepreneurial, playwright, incredible plays. Had an opportunity of being in one of her
Oh,
plays.
you did! Oh my
My two sons with
goodness!
her own story. And so in my
Yeah.
background, radio, TV, and film, cinematography,
Right.
for our young entertainers out there.
Right.
Intellectual attorneys that
Oh,
are
yeah.
signing things that they quite don't understand.
don't
or
understand.
making a premature decision
Yes.
and signing something with the excitement of a potential opportunity for
Yep,
you.
that's right.
Mr. Hillman is stating, family, that the contract review portion in the Shield is absolutely immense.
It is.
And I do know definitely one of our customers had an opportunity. She saw a road sign somewhere that she hadn't gotten paid on. Not a road sign, but a marquee somewhere.
Okay,
her
so-
picture was on a billboard. There you
Oh.
go. Spit it out, Mr.
Right,
Brown.
right,
A
right.
billboard. And because of this opportunity, she was able to get over $5,000+ of dollars that she had seen her face on a billboard.
And nobody had permission to do that.
No permission.
Wow.
And we know that Miss Jones does a lot of plays with a lot
Yeah.
of very sharp and dynamic actors and
Right,
actresses
right.
as herself as well. And so then another mention, a lot of people buy homes.
Yeah.
We can agree, Mr. Hillman, make a 30-year decision.
That's right.
And they don't have their contracts reviewed by their real estate attorney.
Right.
Ms. Brown and I was blessed to buy 5 homes in our
What?
last 22 years with the
Wow.
model. And we saved thousands of dollars
Right.
from fees and things of that nature that our real estate attorneys
Would have charged you.
found in the contract. So it's not all that you see that's there. As Ms. Jones said, it's the things that might be missing
Yeah.
from the contract.
That's
You know,
right.
and so my sister's a very professional, a very successful author. And she had given me a lot of clients in her earlier years of authors, because they were charging them $125 an hour to review a lot of their books. And so here, those contracts was absolutely immense. So incredible point
Right.
there with number
Very
3.
valuable.
Mr. Holman
I
Hughes.
love
And
it.
again, I love how you're treading through the myth that's out there about the Shield.
Yeah.
Because so many people have so many preconceived notions.
Yeah.
They think they have to be a criminal, Ms. Jones, But wealthy people do nothing without attorneys.
I know that's
and
right.
average America does nothing with attorneys.
Right.
So we're looking to
Wait,
change that perspective.
What's your clause that you always say that something about you need it, you
It's
ain't
better
got
to
it, have it,
and
not need it, than to need it and not have it. Love it, love it,
and
love
it
it.
costs too little
Yeah.
to risk so
So
much.
much.
What's your number 4, Mr. Hillman?
Before I get number 4, it's funny. You know, we always say
Oh,
it's
we
better
can't
to
hear
have
you,
it and not
sir.
need it than to need it. Can you hear me?
Wait, hold on, Mr. Hillman. We're going to get you tuned in because I didn't hear that last fourth one that you were saying.
Okay, let me know when you're ready.
Repeat that fourth one for us, Mr. Hillman. We're not getting volume from you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
It's still not getting you.
Not getting me?
Okay,
Let's see.
you're coming in now.
I'm coming in. I'm coming in hot.
Nope.
I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, you're sounding low on your end. Maybe your volume is low. Can you try to repeat it again?
Yep. Can you hear me now? I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Nope, still don't have you. While you're working on that, I'm going to talk about the business side of what you were saying. So what Mr. Brown was talking about, the filming part of it, I have some guys that are in film, and they're always doing movies and stuff, and they're always taking scripts and stuff, and they're filming. I had someone take me to court, a film person. They filmed my play, the sex trafficking play that I have. And so he found me on social media and said, I'll film you for free, right? You know everything ain't nothing in life for free. But the exchange is that when I film it, we're going to do a big event. We did a big event. Of course, Carolyn paid for the building, and my producer paid for and sponsors some other stuff, the marketing and a whole bunch of stuff. The event went on, and it sold out. Guess who got all the royalties and the money from it? It wasn't Carolyn. It was him.
Wow.
And the contract says we are 50-50 split at the viewing, and expenses were supposed to be 50-50. So he takes me to court, and he said because I was on my show and I talked about scam artists, and he was one of them, he decided he wanted to get me to go take me to court and say, yeah, I'm going to get her for a defamation. So the judge says, and what is your evidence? He said, her TV show. And the judge says, that is not evidence. There is nothing in here that shows that there's defamation, sir. So he was mad because I counter-sued. Now, I want you to know something. I called my Shield attorney, my Shield people, and they told me, oh, you don't even need us. You got this locked down. Let me tell you what you need to do. And they told me what I need to do. Oh, let me tell you, my girl had all the exhibits lined up and all the receipts lined up, my testimonies lined up. And the judge says, well, I'm sorry, sir, you don't have a claim against the defendant. And my order is granted to the defendant for her counter amount.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome?
That is
That's
absolutely
awesome. I just took the advice from the Shield attorney. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
So the lawyers didn't even have to go to court.
They didn't
with
have
you.
to go to court because
they just told you
what to do.
you needed to do.
And I did it.
And you did
And I did exactly what they told me
you to do.
Yeah,
and you got your countersuit.
I got my
won.
countersuit. And I won. And I, you know what's so cool about me though? No, I'm not a lawyer. I've taken some law classes, and I've taken paralegal classes and stuff. So I understand the language. I wanted to make sure that I was on point. I was accurate with my exhibits and what I was going to present. And they said, "Oh yeah, you got this. That's all you need." I said,
didn't cost you nothing.
Didn't cost me
But
a
you got your
dime.
countersuit.
I got my countersuit. Whoa, that's because I had the Shield.
Amazing. Did we get Mr. Hillman's sound fixed?
Do we get you sound? Are we done?
Can you hear me?
Yay! Cool. So what was that number 4 you were talking about?
So number 4,
We lost you again.
it allows my wife and I to be entrepreneurs. Nope.
We're missing
Nope, you can't hear
your
me?
volume, sir.
How about now? Nope.
Nope, it's on your end there, Mr. Hillman. We're missing your volume again. You had it a minute ago.
How about now? You got me? Hello?
You look good. If I could read lips, boy. You know what's gonna happen?
Can you
You
hear
have
me?
to come into the show and be live, so we hear everything you gotta say. Number 4. What you think that number 4 was, Mr. B?
I think number 4 is shop until his queen wants to drop.
Whoa, whoa, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And save your money while I'm doing it.
This incredible Prosper magazine.
Yes.
And fortunately, this is a gentleman, we love him so, Mr. Mike Humes, a little brother of mine as well, but a big brother and a mentor to Mr. Hillman. He was a mailman down in D.C., I believe, and well in the multiple millions that he's earned with the company.
Wow.
I think a $600,000 income earner.
Wow.
You know, I mean, just absolutely amazing. But this Prosper magazine, and I know you've written a lot of magazines, Miss Jones.
Yeah.
And this is one of the most powerful magazines. 700,000. There you go. I don't want to mess up his cake.
Hey, give him every dime and dollar counts. Now, shoot.
But this Prosper magazine, folks, we have an incredible magazine, the best I've ever seen in my 40 years in the industry. And it's why become an entrepreneur. All kind of incredible stories here in the magazine. Just absolutely amazing. And we want to encourage you guys to definitely get this magazine and read some incredible stories about what we have here. But Mr. Hillman, we thank you so much, sir. We're winding down to our closing time. And let's see if we got your sound there.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yay! Number 4. Number 4.
Mr. Clark, he's a bad dude
So
behind the scenes.
Look, real quick before it goes out, number 4, it allows us to be entrepreneurs because of our small business plan.
Okay.
Our businesses are protected.
Oh, yeah.
And then number 5, it just allows me to be informed, right? I called the law firm one time. I was playing scratch-offs lottery, and I kept losing. Yeah, I kept losing. That was the problem. You know, if I was winning, I want to call the law firm. But because I was losing, I called the law firm.
What?
And I said, there's got to be a tax write-off.
Right.
Right?
Oh.
And then he laughed at me, but he said, I'm laughing, but I did some research to your question, and it actually is.
What? So I'm playing the lottery, and all of my lotto tickets are a write-off, even if I don't win. That's what I'm talking about.
So it's the caveat to it. That's the beauty of having the shield. You can call and get the actual law to it.
Call. Woo! Good one. Good
So you
one.
said if you don't have that muscle, you can't flex that muscle.
Look, if you don't have that muscle, you don't know what you can and cannot write off.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. That was
that's
powerful. That was powerful because when you don't know, you can always call them 24 hours a day for your emergency calls, and then the lawyers will automatically return your phone calls. You are never on hold, and you're never told that you're not going to get any representation. You're never told no. They're going to come back with an answer of something. I've never been told no. And I've called for some stuff. I've been a little agitated about some different stuff, and they'll be like, you know what? We're going to have so-and-so talk to you about that because I understand you're upset about something. We don't want you to be upset. We want a remedy for your issue. And so that's the important part, that we know that we're going to receive a remedy behind something of whatever is going on. So I'm going to share with everybody that owns a business, that don't own a business, that needs to own a business. When the COVID hit, everybody had to resort to something. And a lot of people became entrepreneurs, self-employment. But nobody really knew how to run the business. Nobody knew how to deal with the stimulus money that they were receiving and, that PPP money and that stuff. They was just like, they needed to call somebody for advice.
Exactly.
And that's what was so cool because I was one of those people. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this PPP thing, but I ain't trying to get in no trouble and to have to owe anybody anything back because it was scary. How you going to say I can have up to this much money and then you going to come back after me later to come get it back? If you ain't covered by the shield, it could happen to you.
The shield.
The
has your back.
Yeah.
But Ms. Jones, think about this. This
Yes,
is
sir.
what I tell folks.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've called the law firm a few times and they didn't give me the answer I wanted to hear.
Right.
But guess what?
What?
I didn't pay $1,500 retainer fee
find that
for an
answer.
answer that I didn't want to hear.
Yeah, you know how when you
I
go
didn't pay
to
$300 an
lawyers,
hour for an answer that
right?
I didn't want to hear.
Exactly. And a lot of us
I
we call lawyers, we got to pay a consultation fee. We ain't paying
yes.
no consultation fees. We ain't paying for nobody to say, "Can you look at this? What are you going to charge me if you notarize this or validate this or what a will would be?" We ain't got to ask that kind of stuff because it comes with your membership. Can you imagine, your family member passing away and there's no will? And there's all this money, but there ain't no will. Look at all the celebrities that passed
All the
away.
celebrities.
Look at, they have to go to court and they got to wait and probate and fight their brothers and sisters for stuff. If they would have had a will, that wouldn't have been an issue.
And that's
Chadwick
amazing.
Boseman lost $1.9 million because he didn't have a simple will in place.
Isn't that's a
Who was that?
Chadwick Boseman, I think his name, Black Panther.
Black Panther?
$1.9 million
Really?
of his
The
estate.
guy that died of cancer, right? He didn't have a
Yeah.
will and he knew that he was sick. How can you not have a will? Wait, Mr. B. The living will. Is that deep?
Now, the living will, for our listeners and watchers, that now you've caught COVID. You
Yeah.
have an dilapidating disease.
Yeah.
And you're on
Machines.
a machine. You have
Right.
a tube down your throat.
Yeah.
And now you can't talk,
Yeah.
but you're still around.
Yeah.
You still have mortgages. You still
right.
have bills. Who have you allocated through your living will
To speak for you.
to handle your
Yeah.
financial affairs,
Exactly.
to handle your medical choices?
Yes. Yes.
So, folks, we don't want you to take for granted
Exactly.
the living will.
Exactly.
The will, your love letter,
Yes.
you've gone on.
Yes.
And now, where are your assets going? Where are your the souvenirs
Yeah.
to some of your loved ones?
All your assets.
Your towel collection, your
Yeah.
elephant collection,
Exactly.
your scarf,
Yeah.
your shoe collection. I
My
can tell you
Thomas Blackshear.
And so the living will,
Yeah.
the healthcare and financial power of attorney,
Super
that
important.
comes free just by owning the membership.
That's it.
That alone, Ms.
Yeah.
Jones, is priceless.
Oh, it is. It
And
is.
you get annual updates.
Oh, yeah.
See, we have 3 grown sons.
Oh, yeah.
And I love the update part
Right.
because when they acting crazy, we can kick them
Change
off the wheel.
it
And when they acting right, we can add them back in. So it gives you
Yeah.
the opportunity
Yeah.
to keep your children in line.
That's right.
And those affairs are absolutely amazing.
It is.
To be able to have, because I know in Peachtree City, where we live,
Right.
the Pike firm charges $3,500 for estate planning for a couple for some of the things that we do with
Wow.
our membership just by owning the plan.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing.
It
And we
is.
provide with no contract. We have 4.5 million customers that voluntarily pay.
Wow.
So we don't force people into a contract.
Right.
And I know Mr. Hillman is definitely excited about moving something like that because him and his mentors and team do a phenomenal job in the group space
Yeah.
that we call B2B,
Yeah.
to where they go to companies, schools, and
Right.
share this with the staff.
Oh, yeah. And that's
And,
super
so many
important.
people have-
Get
we're so
those
underrated.
corporate accounts, Mr. Hillman. Is that what you do?
Yes.
Hey, so Mr. Hillman, if I don't own a business, or if I do own a business, how do I contact you? How do I sign up for this phenomenal $1 million opportunity to be covered for the rest of my life? How do I get on with this?
Easy. You contact one of our independent associates, right? I mean, you're listening to the Brown and Jones Shield show.
Yes.
Mr. Brown just literally gave you his direct cell phone number. See, that's something else that turned me on to this business and this
Yeah.
opportunity. You have a multi-million-dollar multi-millionaire club member,
Oh,
someone
yeah.
that makes a strong 6-figure income, willing to say, hey, here's my number. Reach out to me. Let me show you how I've been able to help people have success, how I've been able to have success,
Right.
and how we can protect people around you. Like, you don't get that everywhere else,
You
where
don't.
someone at his level, he just told you he's the network vice president for
Yeah.
the state of Georgia, meaning everything that goes on in the state of Georgia, he has his hands in when it comes to this opportunity.
That's
and
right.
he just said, I don't care what's on my plate. If you're serious, you're coachable, you're willing to work, call me,
Exactly.
text me.
Exactly.
I'm here to show you how to get it done. If you're serious about making sure that your business is protected, if you're
That's
serious
right.
about making sure that you have this generational wealth that can be passed down
Right.
because you have a will in place, don't think you can build money and just say, "Oh, I'm gonna leave it to little Tay Tay." You can't. You got to put a will in place,
You gotta
especially if you
do
live in
it.
Georgia, because if not, that money going to the state first, and then they're gonna decide if little Tay Tay get a little piece of it, right? So he said, if you're serious about doing these things, contact me. But
That's
here's
right.
what I'm gonna ask that the listeners, the viewers, and everyone do: don't contact this man if you're not serious.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Wait,
And
wait,
again,
no, I'm
family-
gonna say something. No, I'm finna say something about you. You know what you just said is so valuable and so true. You got somebody that you can call around the clock and will personally take care of you. And I'm gonna validate. I'm driving down the highways and by with this man. His phone done rang so many times while he driving. I'm going, really? I ain't your secretary, for real? I mean, he got calls coming from this state and that state and here in this city. And I'm thinking, you know what? It's so cool to know that this man has helped so many people to have stability and a wealth of an opportunity to be wealthy. You know, it's your choice whether you choose to be wealthy or not. And it is your choice if you choose to be covered or not. But what fool would not want to be covered with the 24-hour Jones and
Brown
Michelle
Shield
show?
But we definitely appreciate you all, as Mr. Hillman said, and family, he's like a little brother to me.
Yeah.
And so if you guys are listening and you have a teenager or a young adult or maybe
Yeah.
in and out of college, not sure which route they want to go,
Right.
Mr. Hillman and I talk very regularly.
Yeah.
And I'll make him available for you. He'll be available to help chat with some of your young folks as well. And because he's special to me,
Right.
as you're calling in,
Yeah.
hey, you know I'm going to give my little brother Kibble and Bit if you want to make sure
A
things
little bit of
happen.
something.
You know,
You
that's
know,
what we do. We want to reward our listeners
Yeah.
by contacting the people that we have as guests that give us their time.
That's right.
You know, because we know he has two young sons,
Yeah.
lovely life with his wife as well. And I'm so proud of him,
Yeah.
more than you know. At 31 years old, making a six-figure income.
amazing.
We have folks that are my age, way up in where I'm 60.
Right. And
don't
he's still making 20s and 30s a year.
Exactly. 20,
Yeah.
30,000 a
Yeah.
year, 40,000.
Barely
and it's
making
absolutely
it.
amazing. So again, folks, my direct cell phone, in case we got some new watchers and listeners, is 323-359-4429. Again, 323-359-4429. And I'm from California, yes, but I've been here in Georgia now for 19 years, and I'll never change that number because every week people call me and say, Mr. Brown, you still doing that
That shield
legal thing? You in
thing."
the shield still? I'm still
Yeah.
in the shield.
Yeah. It doesn't make sense to leave something that is just growing and just blessing a bunch of the people with it.
22 years. Now, I know you have some tickets and you got a show coming up next week in Alabama.
Right.
Ms. Jones, why don't you talk about that show for the family?
Okay,
and the listeners?
so I have a ticket for you, Mr. Hillman, and the ticket is for you and your beautiful wifey to come to my stage play in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, September 24th, next weekend on Saturday. We will be at the Greater Grace Baptist Church for my stage play, Women's Shop Talk While Real Men Wait. And I got your 2 tickets right here. Woo, 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 woo. Yay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're
on that
welcome.
date as well, we have another phenomenal event going here on in the A.
Okay.
Miss Kai Deering, one of me and Missy Hillman sisters out of the the Bay Area, if you will. We call it Northern California. $200,000 ring earner. Just found out today. She just crossed her $2 million mark.
What? Wait. Tell me about that lady. What was her name? Miss Kai?
Kai Deering. Here,
Yeah.
our guest speaker on next Saturday.
Next
at the
Saturday, you're going to meet Kai. Woo!
Entrepreneurial Building.
Yeah,
And so
cool
we'll be
beans.
there on this Saturday, family. So again, if you'd like to come out and see this live, we make that available for you. But we also have Zooms every night. So if you do like to take a look and get some full details from top to bottom
Yeah.
on what Mr. Hillman talked about and what we're talking
Right.
about here on the Brown Jones Shield Show,
Right.
we do have live Zooms available for you. And they're only about a half an hour or so. We have them every evening, 8 p.m. Eastern, sometimes 7 p.m., and we can make that available for you. So if you'd like to get directed to a Zoom,
Yeah.
again, you have my number, and we can send you out to take a peek at that. In fact, we have one that just started just a few short moments ago. And we have them every single evening, 7 days a week.
Right.
Half an hour. So reach out, touch us. We appreciate you so much, Mr. Hillman, for giving us some of your time. I
Yes,
appreciate
sir.
this
Thank you for
incredible
being our
host,
guest.
co-host of mine,
Yeah.
Mrs. Jones. I absolutely
Yeah.
appreciate her. I had the opportunity of meeting her through her husband at one of my favorite stores called Sam's.
I know.
And they've been a very special part of our
Yeah.
lives ever since. So
Yeah.
appreciate you, sir. Much success to you. I know you're striving for another ring and looking for you to be in the Millionaires Club real soon.
Yes,
and
sir.
again, we say hats off to Clark Network Television. For having us here
Yeah.
another one more week
Right.
of great success.
Woo, woo,
Great
woo.
viewers, great listeners. And we appreciate you all
Yeah.
for chiming in. Now, give us a call. Reach out and touch us. 323-359-4429 is my direct sale.
That's
you don't have to
it.
talk to a secretary.
That's
That
it.
comes right to me.
Yeah, you don't have to talk
Mr.
to me.
Brown.
You can talk to him directly. Right. Mr. B, thank you for being my co-host,
Thank
and
you
I'm going to
for
see
being
you
my
next
co-host, too.
week on Wednesday on the Brown and Jones
Shield Show.
Thank you all for joining us on Clark TV Network 108 Praise Radio. Woo!
Appreciate
See you
ya.
next week.